So five-time champion India will look to avenge its Asia Cup final loss against arch rivals Pakistan when the two teams lock horns in a Super 6 match of the ICC Men's Under-19 World Cup in Bulawayo on Sunday. The Ayush Mahatre-led Indian side would be itching for revenge. It has been dominant run for the India so far in the Under-19 World Cup. The Indians started their campaign with a comprehensive 6-wicket win over USA after beating Bangladesh and New Zealand in the group stage. In its first Super 6 match, India thrashed host Zimbabwe by a massive 204 runs on January 27 to continue its unbeaten run. But in Pakistan, a strong opponent awaits India, and big loss in the Asia Cup final will be haunting the Mahatre-led side. Wicketkeeper Abhigyan Kundu and Vaibhav Sooryavanshi have been consistent with the bats, scoring 250s each, but they would look to convert those into three-figure marks. Vian Malhotra is one more batter India would be banking on, as the left-hander smashed an unbeaten 109 against Zimbabwe in the last match and would be looking to carry on that good form. On the bowling front, right-arm medium pacer Hanil Patel and left-arm pacer Uddhav Mohan, who picked up 3 wickets in the last match against Zimbabwe, have been standout performers for India. So again, coming to our experts on the marquee match between India Under-19 and Pakistan Under-19 in the Under-19 World Cup. Rakesh, if we take a look the way India performed in this tournament so far, unbeaten, and we saw that a few good performances by the player like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi and Abhigyan Kundu too. So overall, how you look at the India's performance and what are the chances, their chances in this Under-19 World Cup?
See, barring the game against like New Zealand, the other two matches were pretty easy in the sense that we expected Indians to just roll over, and Indians did exactly that. If you look at what the Pakis could do, they also did the same, barring that one loss to England. So as far as confidence is concerned, Indians are definitely at a slightly higher plane. But, this particular situation, more than the strength of the team, I think at the time at which they, these two teams are facing each other, Pakistan is armed with a certain level of confidence which they never had before the Asia Cup victory. So they will be a little upbeat. They will have the belief that, yes, this Indian team is beatable. If you look at the Indian side, Indians are, of course, they want to settle a score. They want to show that, look, we are a superior side and we need to beat you this time around. And of course, so this match carries a lot of pressure on both the sides. It's not that Pakistanis, because they are not the favorites to win, will give any quarter away. No, right. This is a kind of game where no quarters are given, none asked for. So this will be like a complete cutthroat sort of a game. Having said that, when you're looking at under-19s, let's not, mix our facts when we see a senior team, against, a team or an under-19 team. Under-19 teams, what happens normally is that the teams lack consistency. They can have one great day, the next day they can come a cropper, because of the fact that the kind of consistency that is needed, because these guys don't play as a unit very often. They all come together just before the World Cup. They play a few matches here and there. But unlike the Indian team, where you play over a number of years, because this is an age group thing. So that is where consistency matters. Right. And you have to get your act together over those 4 hours. So looking at the Indian team, I think though Indians are firm favorites, but you cannot take the result for granted, because Pakistan as a team, if you look at their campaign, if you look at what they did to New Zealand in the last game, they look like a well-settled unit. They believe in themselves. Right. And of course, I think batting first would be the key. Indians would rather bat first, set the total, and then try to, restrict Pakistan. That would be my idea. Otherwise, batting under pressure, again, in a big game.
So consistency will be key for success for the Indian team here in this marquee clash between India Under-19 and the Pakistan. But one last question, Vimal, if we talk about Rakesh, the most important thing is that we know that it's an important series for India, important tournament for the India, considering that they lost the final of the Asia Cup Under-19 final against Pakistan. But talking about this, put some light on the format of the tournament, considering the fact we can say that it's not understandable for our viewers how the Super 6 seeding has been taken place, how the teams were lined up there.
No, that was very simple because you had so many groups with so many teams playing there. What you did was you had a very small league, that league phase. Now the thing is, the teams that qualify from the league, they don't play each other again. So Indians were given the points that they collected from the league into the Super Six, and the same thing happened with the other group also. So you are left with these many teams there. They will not face each other, and eventually the top four teams will make it, based on the number of points they collect, and they will make it to the semi-final. So this was a format in the previous tournaments. I mean, not the Under-19 World Cup. We have had this Super Six in the World Cups also earlier, because the Super Six format is not new. I mean, more than a decade ago, we have seen the same format. This time it has been applied for the Under-19 as well. And see, the confusion is because we often feel that that there are these teams which don't deserve to be in the World Cup, because now the idea is to spread the game wide and thin. Although you want to have it thick, but the thing is that the teams are not strong enough. So you need to give them more playing opportunities. So that's why you have it in 3 different phases. You have the first stage league, then you have the Super Six, and then you have the knockouts. So this is only to create more opportunities for teams traveling all the way, so that you get to play more matches.
Right, it's more opportunities for the teams who are not playing too often, but the teams who are not the part of the Super Six, who are part of the group stage, who didn't qualify for this tournament, I think their points were not carried by the teams who are not part of it. Thanks. The way you have just analyzed whole tournament for both the T20 India versus New Zealand as well as the Under-19 India versus Pakistan. Thanks a lot for joining us, Rakesh, and giving a wonderful perspective of both the matches. Thanks a lot.